same aura as before. The smoke got blowing orange laws, meaning you pursue it.
All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Tuesday morning, the morning show edition of KFTV Live. CP the Fanchise, Alex Trataros in the building. The New York Knicks are headed to Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, to go fight for the Emirates NBA Cup. After headed up north to a hostile Toronto Raptor team that would, slap the Knicks around a little bit in that first quarter. Wake them up and let them know this is for all the marbles. You got to get up for this. And the Knicks would, by turning it around, led by Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson, who said, hey, to his teammates, I'm not passing the ball tonight. I got it. Let me get it cooking. And Cap would set a tone for the Knicks in that first quarter. Second quarter, it was a big bodega and the Knicks defense that got it cracking. And from then on, it was orange and blue skies, man. Knicks really never looked back from there. All five Knicks in double figures. The dog unleashed defensively. Wingstop unleashed defensively. And Josh Hart continues to torch the Nets, man. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. Let us know how you feel about it. We want the cup. Do you want the cup or do you want the cup? The Knicks are going to Las Vegas, man. Lock in. Early morning show edition. Let's go, man. You know, let's not be bashful here, Al, man. You know? We want the cup. I want the cup.
Yo, we got to add to the hardware, CP. I want to be the first team.
Yeah.
I'm saying this right now. I want to be the first team that wins the NBA Cup and the finals.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to be the first team to do that.
You know, listen, man, I was tired of seeing this team, be the bridesmaid in the quarterfinals for 3 straight years in a row. I did not like that. And so it was time. But, no, in all seriousness, man, let's get into this game. First of all, it was a little aggy because it started late. I already knew it was going to be on that type of time. But, hey, Raptors really punched the Knicks in the mouth early, man. They fired the first shot. And I thought they did that by getting to their game, which is really what all I really wanted to see from the Knicks tonight was how they were going to handle the Raptors up-tempo style. They want to get out in transition. And so for the Knicks, you got to take care of the ball. You got to tighten up transition defense, make sure that you lined up and defending. But I thought the Raptors did a really good job, man, of playing fast. And they had the Knicks really spinning on their heads in that first quarter trying to keep up. Knicks had about 4 turnovers in that first quarter. So I thought the Raptors did a good job there. Then, obviously, their head of the snake, Brandon Ingram, I mean, just his ability to just get those tough shots and firing over guys. He had OG. He caught McCall. So B.I. starts getting it going early. But then, I just felt like this was going to be a game where the attrition was going to kick in. Because ultimately, with no RJ, with no Quick, I just felt like the Knicks were ultimately going to, lock in and wear the Raptors out with their talent and ultimately lock in defensively. And that's what they did. You had Jalen with 20 points in the first quarter. He finished with a game high 35. Second quarter is where this thing really turned. And it was OG against his old team. Turned into an absolute demon. It turned into Dikembe Mutombo. Absolutely transformed. And that was that, man. Bodega got into it in that second, had the crazy dunk on Pirtle, and Knicks really never looked back, man. Good win.
It was a great win, man, for the Knicks. And look, there was some iffiness there, but I thought overall they did what they had to do. I mean, outside of the first quarter, where it was just the B.I. Brunson show, which they were just trading shot for shot. As you mentioned, it was the second quarter where they just turned up. OG being the rim protector that, was the unexpected rim protector for this team. I mean, just the blocks. I mean, the 2 strips that he got, the block and the strip that he got on Grady in that second quarter really put the Knicks in position just to take them to task. And I thought they did a phenomenal job. And just looking for opportunities to get guys involved. And the biggest beneficiary of tonight, Josh Hart, man. Man cannot miss from downtown. Open shots. People have to start respecting this man. You can't just throw a center on him. You can't just leave him at the top of the key by himself. This man is torching the Nets, making it. This is what's fantastic, man. With him shooting the 3-ball like that, you can then weave him in without any question in that starting rotation, because the biggest gripe even for the last couple of years. It's like, yo, if you're going to be out there, man, you got to take the open shots.
Yeah.
Otherwise, guys are just going to be sagging off into the paint, making it tougher for Jalen or anybody else to drive. But if he's going to keep doing this, man, then Brunson, Cat, Clarkson, anybody is going to have open enough lanes to go attack the basket just because you cannot leave him alone at the top of the key. But I thought Josh Hart, man, especially in that second quarter, I know you talk about OG. Hart was just on another level, man. Getting steals, going out transition, getting deflections. Man was all over the place tonight, man. So I thought he was instrumental in that takeover in the second quarter as well.
Yeah, 4 of 7 again from downtown from Josh Hart. Just continues to shoot the ball with confidence. 8 of 11 from the field, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. So, yeah, as you said, Josh Hart, absolutely phenomenal. You had all 5 Knicks starters in double figures. And then another storyline going into this was with the absence of Deuce McBride, who was going to step up on the bench because going into tonight, the report is now that Deuce is undergoing more tests on his ankle. Stephen Bondi reporting that he's hearing it could be a high ankle sprain. So this could be Deuce being out for a little while longer. So, Clarkson to me was the guy with the target going into this because he was cold going into this game. Started the game along the same lines. It was a little herky-jerky. It was a little cardiac in the beginning. Defense was rough. Offense was
the
tough.
2 missed free throws, my man. Woo!
2 missed free throws, but then I thought he settled in. And one thing that I just liked his overall floor game, attacking the basket. He still got to the free throw line, which you like. And then in the third quarter, he settled them in with 2 consecutive scores. And in the fourth quarter, he had a key offensive rebound that led to a Mikal Bridges 3. So, you factor in no Shamet, no Deuce. And I'm looking at this rotation. It's the starters and Clarkson because the Knicks really don't have any options out there. So, he's going to be getting run with the starters. And I thought he had a key hustle play that helped kind of lead to those daggers in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, man. And even Mikal had some daggers in the fourth quarter. I mean, just from the mid-range alone. I mean, you can't just leave this guy wide open. And the one thing I love is that with the off-ball movement, the screen settings, the off-ball screen settings, just to get a little bit of space open for Bridges, just to get a catch, a dribble, and a jump from the elbow, man. I mean, he is just so automatic at that point. And when he hit that one in the fourth quarter, I was like, it's all over, man. You're just, there's no way, because the Raptors tried so hard. Started from the third into the fourth, trying to claw their way back. All right, you saw she just trying to get in there and just trying to create something, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's attack of the paint, trying to knock down threes, it wasn't working, man. And then when you get Bridges out there, I mean, he's not going to have the flashy stat line every single night, man.
Yeah.
But 6 of 14 from the field gets you 15 points, 3 of 8 from downtown, 5 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Guy was had the second highest plus minus on the team. I don't really take that into consideration a lot, but you could just see it, man, just how he was affecting the game. I mean, he didn't stop BI. BI still got his, but he did enough defensively and working off ball just to create havoc for the Knicks tonight.
Yeah, and as you said, working off ball and offensively, it didn't even seem like he was breaking a sweat out there, but
he was chilling.
He was chilling. Cal was cooling, and with everybody else putting in the work from Cap to Josh and Cat, OG, Cal just got in where he fit in like he always does, but got you timely buckets in that fourth quarter when I didn't really think the Raptors were ever really going to get back into it like that. But even still, it's a game of runs, and Mikal was a big factor in those late-game daggers in the fourth quarter to really stretch that lead. So, everybody had a hand in this. We talked about Mikal, Josh, Jordan Clarkson. How about Mitchie? Good night for Mitchie as well. Not from the free throw line, but certainly on the boards. He helped get them some second chance opportunities. Knicks really dominating on the boards, which you expected him to tonight. And, I thought Mitch did a good job in there just getting after it on the boards. A little rim protection here and there. But, obviously, the free throws.
And the fouls, man.
The free throws and the fouls, ghastly, man.
I mean, he had 5 fouls tonight, man. This is like rookie Mitch almost. I'm like, sheesh. Yeah. And just a little PSA, CP. Wherever Mitchell Robinson's shooting coach is, go into witness protection, my guy. Because if anybody sees you out on the street, it might be all over, man. Mitch is shooting 18% CP on the season from the free throw line. That is gross. absolutely atrocious. I mean, it is horrible. I can't. I never thought I'd see it get this bad, but it is bad. So whoever the shooting coach is, don't show your face. Tell Mitchie to not be posting videos of you, because this is bad out there.
Yo, Mitchie, if you watch it, man, you gotta work on your free throws, man. You gotta work on your free throws. But either way, the Knicks were able to come away with a 117-101 win over the Raptors. You know, it was so funny. I was doing a TikTok live. Shout out to my guys on TikTok. I was doing a TikTok live, little pregame show on TikTok, and somebody asked me my score prediction. You know what the prediction was?
Don't tell me 117-101.
116-100.
Wow. Look at you.
116-100 was the prediction. Yeah.
Well, that just tells me that you're just a degenerate because you know how well this team could play on any given night.
Yeah, that's right. But like I said, without RJ and Quick, I did think that they would have a better shot at BI and Barnes, and they did. I thought as the game wore on, I mean, if you look at the third quarter, when BI gets back in the game, that second half of the third quarter, the final 6 minutes, OG shut him down completely. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even though you look at the stats, he's like, all right, yeah, he had numbers for sure, and he had his moments. It really wasn't when the game was like within balance. Like when BI got his, it was mainly in that first quarter. When he goes out in that second quarter, that's when the Knicks settled in, because it was like nobody else is going to beat us here. There's no RJ. There's no Quick. They're not a good three-point shooting team even with those guys. So there was really nothing to worry about. Like once BI left the game, they were cooked. And that's when the Knicks settled in. And when he came back, it really didn't make much of a difference. But I thought what the Knicks did well, against that Raptor team that does like to play fast. Number one, their individual defense was better. They got after it on the board, so you didn't allow them to get any second chance opportunities. And also, the Knicks getting their own second chance opportunities kept the Raptors from running. And the Knicks also getting to the free throw line kept the Raptors from running. So they were able to slow them down in a multitude of ways, and I thought that was really the difference maker. From there, the Knicks offense just got a lot of what it wanted after the Raptors came out a bit stingy in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, too, that the Knicks did tonight, and shout out to my guy Will Liu, had him on the Game of the Week preview, broke this thing down. He did say Scotty was the most efficient scorer on this team, and the Knicks took that into consideration a lot, because what they did was that they always showed two towards Scotty. They knew he was going to be the guy controlling the rock for the most part, to try to be a playmaker and to be a scorer. And what we saw tonight was that Scotty had one of the most difficult nights trying to get the ball into the hoop. So you got to give the Knicks a lot of credit, because every time Scotty tried to get something going, it was they were either flashing two, making Scotty think twice on what he wanted to do, or just showing two and then just prohibiting him from just getting to the basket. I mean, he went 6 of 18 from tonight, CP. 1 of 6 from downtown, and he only had 13 points. So he was non-impactful whatsoever in his 37 minutes tonight. So good job by the Knicks defense, making sure to slow him down as well.
Yeah, excellent job by the Knicks defense. Good harassment there by the Knicks overall, and really just settling in after, as I said, Toronto kind of fired that first shot in that first quarter. But you know who was unfazed by that first shot, Alex? You know who was unfazed by that first shot? Who? It would be one Jalen Brunson, Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson, our player of the game. 35 points for Cap, 13 of 19 from the field, and 6 of 9 from downtown, bro. And this one was interesting because it was like, from the beginning of the game, he was just like, yo, I'm not passing the ball. The ball was not moving tonight, folks, in that first quarter. It was conflicting, because on one hand, I'm frustrated. Like, they're not getting their paint touches. They're not getting their sprays. They're making this more difficult than they need to. And then Cap would just hit every shot that he took. So then it's like, what can you do? It's like Mike Brown says, like, certain guys need to go along with the system and other guys are allowed to deviate. Mm-hmm. That is Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson. When you see that the basket is as wide as the ocean, just let him go. Until you can't no more, man.
Yeah, and look, I mean, at the same time, like, he tried to get guys involved. No one was really doing anything. The Raptors actually came out with a lot of aggression and slowed other guys from getting to their spots. And that's where Brunson said, you know what? If no one else is going to be doing anything, let me get out the cape early and let's start getting early. Because the other thing, too, is that you saw BI in the first quarter just knocking down shot for shot, just shooting over everybody. I mean, he was even knocking down threes early on. Yeah. So Brunson had to show up, man, in this one. And if you go to, like, just rewind the game, you saw it was a closer game in the first quarter. They were trading shots back and forth. There was enough lead changes where you're like, okay, Brunson's going to help us stay in this one. And then once the second quarter came around, that's when all things, broke loose for New York. And this is why you need somebody like this, man. This is where you got to appreciate Jalen Brunson. 35 points. Can we just also say it is not just 35 points, CP. It is the hyper efficiency tonight. 13 out of 19 from the field. 6 of 9 from downtown. Now, I did miss 2 free throws, but still 13 of 19, 6 of 9 from downtown. That's fantastic. And when you get this from your superstar, this is why he is a superstar. Someone needs to take control because this game in the first quarter could have easily gone, all right, no one's got to answer for BI. No one's slowing him down. No one's going to show up right now. So now we're going to have to work from a double-digit deficit just to get back into this thing. Brunson said, not today. I'm just going to make sure that we still are in this thing and wait for my guys to get rolling too. And then sure enough, they did. And that's what superstars do, man. They just call their number when needed. And that's also why he's a phenomenal point guard, man. In today's day and age, when a lot of the point guards just score a lot, they have to recognize when it actually is time to score and when it is time to facilitate. And he could do both of those things at a very high level.
Yeah, Cap was absolutely sensational and in his bag. And as I said, led all scorers with 35 points. And the primary reason, and Brent Barry talked about this, I don't know, I don't know if you watched this on MSG. I was watching CK, but I was also obviously with it being on Amazon, I was listening on Amazon as well. And Brent Barry was talking about the fact that he was surprised that Darko didn't go with length on Brunson, like maybe even try a Barnes or someone of that caliber just to try to disrupt him a little bit. But then you look at the Raptors, like they didn't really have anybody else to go out there and handle that defensive assignment because they were so shorthanded. That would have given them a matchup disadvantage somewhere else on the court. So they had to settle for their smaller guards trying to slow down Jalen, and we all know that's not how you get them. You can't beat him with smaller guards because, yeah, you can try to be physical, you can try to bump him off his spots, but he's just as physical, and he's still going to get to his spots. You got to try with the length and using wingspan to try to slow him down or try to force difficult shots, and they didn't do that tonight.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, too, is that they were hoping that Scotty was also going to give them something offensively. And maybe from that standpoint, too, they say, hey, we don't want to put in probably a normal situation. If you have Quick, if you have RJ, and you're fully healthy, you're saying, hey, you know what? We could do that because we can match up somewhere else. However, you're going to ask then Scotty to go 110% on defense to stop Brunson, and then also ask him to go 110% on offense. Now, he is one of their top guys, so you should expect a two-way performance from him, but I think they also have to keep that in mind, saying this is a very potent offense. We don't only have to look out for Brunson. Other guys can get going as well, so if you just try to take out Brunson, then it could be a night for Mikal. It could be a night for Cat. So, you can't really pick and choose in this type of offense just because, look, they're a top 3 offense in the league right now, CP. It's just picking your poison at some point. And so I think for what Darko was thinking, saying, hey, we're going to leave it the way it is. Hopefully Scotty can keep up with BI and keep us in this game. But, hey, Brunson was able to take them all to task. Didn't matter who it was.
Now, that was Cap, man. He said, I ain't passing the ball tonight. We going to Vegas on me, baby. And here he was after the game, Al, Captain Clutch, meeting with the MSG crew. Let's hear what he had to say. Here we go.
The scoring was amazing.
Hang on, let me give you guys a little more volume. Didn't think the volume was all that hot there, Al. Let me give you a little more volume. All right, here we go.
Defense in the second quarter, some of the best defense we've seen the team play. What turned it around?
I'm scoring 39 in the first. It was easy for them, and they're a good team, but we had to crack down.
Oh man, what's up with the volume here tonight, man? Hang tight. Salute to everybody in the chat. Is that see here? Listen if that's on your end too, Al. Let me see.
A little bit.
Yeah, now it's a little sounds like he's in Transformers. Is that you too?
Yep, I hear that as well.
All right, so we got a little transmission difficulty. Not us. It's on MSG, man. Those are the folks with the $1 billion budgets. It's not on us, Al. Not on us.
A little dubstep for these guys.
A little
right
dubstep, but we got to keep a quality audio product here, so we had to divert from the Cap interview. But as he said here, you got a good job by MSG. They gave you the subtitles next to it. Maybe that's why they posted it like this. He said, we're playing for more than just us. Captain Clutch. There we go, man.
Hey, man. Josh Hart's got to get that money to recoup the watch.
There you go. All right. So great job by Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson. Let me salute some people in the chat before we get to our role players of the night, Al. Also, call us up in the KFTV Discord. Let us know how you guys felt about this game tonight. If you are in the building, let's give us an arena report. We had a couple of Road Warriors text us and tag us on Instagram that they were at the game. So salute to them. Okay, people in the chat are confirming that was MSG's audio, so that's probably why MSG posted it like that. Okay, appreciate the clarification. Shout out to Empire. $20 super chat says, listen, we going to Vegas to cash in some chips. Let's go. All right, the chat is hyped. Let's go. Shout out to Trademark84. $5 super chat says, you all are planning to return to Vegas. I had a great time at the KFTV meetup with Deuce this past summer. We got to look into it, man. These things kind of come day by day, given that we didn't know if they were going to make it this far. So stay tuned. We'll keep you guys posted, throw the bat signal out there, let you guys know what we come up with. Shout out to Rayno Bledsoe. $5 super chat says, the way the Knicks were playing tonight, RJ and Quick wouldn't have made a difference if they were healthy. Good thing free throws wasn't a factor tonight. Good thing free throws wasn't a factor. And also shout out to Bomani UFG, Al. $7 Canadian super chat, says Raptors had their two best players on the court. No excuses. Great win. Nothing better for me than beating Toronto so I can talk my family show at work. Okay, Al. Yeah, so I think Bomani's up there in Toronto or in that area.
He's running through the six with his woes, but not tonight, CB.
Not tonight, man. We want the cup. We want the cup, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. I want to win.
Yeah.
This thing, every year, man, I'm telling you. Year one, it was just like the more and more years that go on, the more and more the in-season tournament will be a thing that fans will really get behind.
I was tired of seeing them be the quarterfinal bridesmaid. The Hawks game was that was it. That was it. The Hawks game was it for me, man. With Trey rolling the dice, I was tired of that, man. We needed redemption, and Cap saw it through. I think that was the Cap's mindset tonight.
Had to be.
We cannot go back to the Garden losers. Yeah.
And then just go home and get a consolation game to go play. Like, that's whack. Come on, man. If you're playing extra games, go play extra games for more money.
It is. But you know what? Speaking of extra games, this is what's kind of crazy though, because shout out to Trilogy for pointing this out. And you kind of wonder as this thing progresses, like, are you really gaining here by winning this NBA Cup or going further? Because according to Trilogy, so they're in Toronto now. Now they're going to travel to Vegas for the two games. And then that's Saturday. And then let's say they make it to the championship. Then that's Tuesday. Then they got to fly to Indiana for the following Thursday. And then a back-to-back at home. A second night of a back-to-back at home against Philly.
Oh my God.
So
that is crazy travel.
Yo, it's crazy travel, man. I'm trying to find the exact tweet here. But yeah. Here we go there. Let me pull it up. Here's James Edwards. If they make it to the Cup final, they go to Toronto, to Vegas, to Indy, and then they would play Philly at home the day after. Would add a 10-day road trip to the season.
10-day road trip.
10-day road trip to the season.
Wow.
So
Adam Silver, this is diabolical.
Yeah. So do it just to get there. They got to win it, man. We not just happy to be there. We don't just want participation trophies. They got to travel for this. It's time to take it. But hey, Josh Hart said it, man. He said, look, they're competitors. Anytime you can compete for something, You want to win. So if the players want to win, what are we going to do?
Hey, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah. I'm all for it.
Now, the next matchup.
Yeah. Let's go. Well, let's get to that in a second, but let's get to our role players of the night, man. Because you had a thought here. Who's your role player of the night, man?
It's Josh Hart, man. Josh Hart is my role player of the game tonight. Just because, like I said earlier, he went 8-11 from the field tonight, got you 21 points, 4-7 from downtown, still getting you 6 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. The man was all over the place, CP. You talked about OG in that second quarter. Josh Hart was just as impactful in that second quarter. Like I said, getting deflections, causing turnovers, just causing chaos, getting out in transition. How about those transition finishes, CP?
Yeah.
Through contact, okay, over taller defenders. He said, family show you guys. I'm coming out here trying to get a victory tonight. So Josh Hart, man, was just doing the damn thing, and he continues to show why he's being left in the rotation. Yes, the shooting helps him, but he's also a connector. He's another playmaker out there. And so it shows 4 assists, but there's more opportunities that could have been had tonight just by the way he's able to find guys as he's driving down the lane and trying to get to the cup, right? You talk about paint touches. We talked about in the past where you used to see RJ, Randall, all those other guys that used to drive and get into the paint so that way you could force the defense to collapse. He is that type of guy too because he could finish around the rim very well. So Josh Hart in tonight's game, man, that's just with the effective shooting, how he's causing the defense to collapse, how he's playing defensively, and just the entire overall package that you're getting with Josh Hart right now in the starting rotation, especially in tonight, he's my role player of the game.
Yeah, Josh Hart was absolutely major. I mean, if you think about that stretch that he had, what was it? Was it the third quarter that it came out with 9 straight points to open the third?
I think it was.
I
was.
believe the third. If we take a look at this, let's look at the play-by-play. Salute to everybody in the chat. Yeah, he makes 3-pointer by Josh Hart. Then Barnes hits a jumper. 3-pointer by Josh Hart. And then he gets the 3-point play. So Josh Hart opens the third quarter for the Knicks with 9 straight Knick points to really set that tone. And by the time he converts the free throw, they open the quarter from a 17-point lead. He converts the free throw, and it's 24.
Yeah,
20,
and
24.
Don't forget, CP, don't gloss over the tough finish that he had against Scotty Barnes.
Yeah,
and he had a terrible fall. He had I'm worried like, he's already got a jacked finger. All right, this thing is looking crazy.
Yeah,
but hey, don't ruin my guy, man. Do not hurt my guy anymore. All right, he takes a lot of hard falls.
It's a good job by you. That's a good explanation and a good breakdown by you. However,
oh my God, where are we going?
You know where I'm going.
Why
man?
is it Gerson Yabusele?
You know where I'm going, man. He returned home. He was a demon. The demon came from Madison Square Garden on Sunday against the Magic. He went back home to the 6. He's home. He's not on the road. He's home. All the Raptors fans, they're friendly. They're probably all shouting him out in the crowd. The dog was home. He returned home, and he was unleashed against the Raptors. That second quarter, bro, when he turned into Dikembe Mutombo, as you said, he sent Grady Dick packing. All right? I don't think Grady was. I think Grady was ready to go home after that. Sent him packing.
Awful. Grady was awful, by the way.
Oh yeah. He's been pretty bad since he's come to the league. It changed the game. I thought that changed the game when the Raptors shot 20-some-odd% from the field in the second quarter. I thought it was a dog. I thought he transformed the game. The one steal that he converted into the dunk, the 2 blocks that he had, and then, like I said, in the second half of that third quarter, he shut B.I. down. I don't even know if B.I. touched the rock in the second half of that third quarter. His ball denial was insane. Squeezing through the screens like he was on top of him like white on rice. I thought he smothered him, and then offensively, he got what he needed, man. He had a nice 3 in that fourth quarter. Nice corner 3 from the fourth. OG, man, he's ramping up well, man. That's my role play of the game, sir. Okay. What do you guys in the chat think, man? Are you going with Hart? Or are you going with OG, man? What do you guys think for the role play of the game? What do you think, Al?
Well, I'm going to still stay with Josh Hart,
Okay.
of course. But, I'll say this, though. I will say this. If you want to give him an award tonight,
Yeah.
Mike Brown gave him one. He's the defensive player of the game.
Okay, then. All righty, then. Yeah, of course. Of course he is the player of the role, the player of the game. Of course the dog gets the Tims tonight, man. He has to. He was a demon out there. So then, Alex...
Oh, my God.
If we're
As
going...
we got people saying Hart in the chat. Hold on one second.
Hang on. Let me get to the picture. Here he is. The defensive player of the game. Put some respect on his name. Look at that. My man put in so much work, he had to throw the chancletas on. You see that? His dogs are probably burning right now. You see that?
Oh, my God.
There we go. The construction hat, the vest, and Mikal Bridges signing off on him. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
All right.
It's the dog, man. Mike Brown confirmed it.
Yeah, he got Defensive Player of the Game award. We're talking about the Role Player of the Game award. All right, that's two different awards.
Hey, you got a defense wins games, buddy. They got smacked around in the mouth in the first quarter. He came in and said, "You know what, Cap? You carry us offensively. You go get buckets. I'm shutting it down. I'm all over the yard." He was all over the yard. How's he back there getting blocked shots? He's all over the yard. He's a demon. It's just like Mike Brown said. Some guys, you got to stick to the plan, and other guys can deviate. Jalen and Cat can do that offensively. Josh can do that as it relates to their rebounding principles. OG does that as it relates to their defense. He can do whatever he wants. And in that second quarter, it was locked down. Locked down the perimeter. The yard is locked down. That was it. Had Brady Dick running home, man.
I hear what you're saying. But look, man, we still need offense in this game, and you still got defense from Josh Hart too. Okay, you love to gloss over the offense. The 4 of 11 is not a great stat sheet. The 1 of 6 from downtown is not great. Okay, give my guy Josh Hart the love, man. All right, he played some defense, not like OG. I will give you that.
Yeah,
but it was closer to a well-rounded game,
yeah.
And I see the people in the chat agree with me as well.
Well, I will say that. Especially with Hart, the 3-point shooting, he was a part of the franchise forecast as the hottest member of the team, and he's continuing down that streak. The streak continues for Josh Hart, man. The confidence in the shot is off the charts right now.
Off the charts. Absolutely off the charts. I'm pulling up the numbers right now just to see how he's been shooting through the last 5 games. Let's get these things. If the website will just load, there we go. All right, through the last 5 games, CP, Josh Hart is shooting 44% from downtown on over 5 attempts, slightly over 5 attempts per game. My guy is just lighting the nets, man.
Yeah.
There is no slowing him down right now. Shooting with confidence. He's not even thinking. I think that's the biggest thing, too. When you watch Josh, because in the past, he's always second guessing. Should I take it? Should I take the shot right now, or should I drive? Should I make the defense collapse? He's like, yo, if I see open space, shoot. Not even a question. And I think that's a thing that Mike Brown has really just tried to hone home, is saying, hey, if you guys have an open look from downtown, we need to put up threes. You got to shoot. You cannot be hesitant.
Yeah.
Just shoot. Don't even think twice about it. And I think you couple that with Josh Hart's improvement in shooting with the shooting coach and whatever he has him doing, this is the results that you're getting right now.
Good points. Good points, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Another edition of KFTV's Post Game Live. CP the Fanchise, Alex Trataros on the 1s and 2s, recapping the Knicks' 117-101 victory over the Raptors in the NBA Cup quarterfinals. They're going to Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, where they will take on the Orlando Magic. Again, Game 4 against the Orlando Magic, which will tip off 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. So very much looking forward to that. We got 1,600 people here in the chat. Welcome to Knicks Fan TV, #1 show for the fans, by the fans. You came to the right place, whether you're a diehard Knicks fan happy about the win or a Toronto Raptors fan sad about the loss, man. This is a safe space. Call us up in the KFTV Discord and let us know how you feel about tonight. I want to shout out, we got a $50 super chat in here from the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Al, everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat And Chuck says, Bomani could be anywhere north of the border, just not T-Dot. It's not a national squad. Also, going to Vegas is the cost of winning. Music guys travel like that all the time, man. Makes us tougher. Like CK says, we ain't playing with them. Knicks over everybody. Let's go, man. Chuck, will you be in Vegas, man? Are you going to Vegas? I think I got to call my travel agent, Liberty Travel, man, and get something booked up. Might have to get to Vegas, man. It's
back out in Vegas.
We might have to, man. You're gonna have to share some of your comps, man. Does Vista Vegas have any comps left over from that epic summer?
Hey, man. Hey.
Gotta make sure I'm gonna need you to call a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
I don't think you need all that right now, but no, I think you want all that. You'll be ending up in places, man.
Yeah.
5 a.m. hanging out with the Knicks. Next thing you know, you got to be calling the game next day.
Yeah.
Being all exhausted.
Midnight here on the East Coast, man. The show is rocking. We got 1,700 people in here. Make sure you guys get your merch. KnicksFanTV.com. Shop.KnicksFanTV.com. You see Al's got his snap. I got my joint on as well, man. It's a new era joint. You know what I'm saying? 3D embroidered. Make sure you place your orders by December 18th to make sure that you get it in time for Christmas. Replay Gang, the Replay Gang t-shirts will be dropping tomorrow morning, and make sure you get in on those because once they run out, they will be out. So make sure you guys tap into KnicksFanTV.com, especially in the AM. Okay, let's get to our callers here. Let's load some people up. Hear what the people got to say. Starting off with the Members Lounge, the Knicks Fix. Go ahead and unmute your mics. Knicks Fix. Do we have Knicks Fix? Did we mute him?
CP.
Yo.
CP Alex, what up, Chris?
How you doing, man?
What up?
What's going on, man? That's a good win, finally. I'll run down my thoughts on tonight's game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing is, man, when we got JB, you know, the buckets come so easy that it's almost like I hate to say it, but it's like we're taking that guy for granted. Like, it's like you could book this guy for 25, 30 a night, and it's like it's so easy the way the game comes to him, like offensively, man. It's honestly the blessing, man, to have that dude. Cat, a few things on him, man. Like, I feel like he was putting up his arms a little bit more on defense tonight. All he has to do is put his hands up, literally, and that's how he was able to get a few blocks. But you see these dumb fouls here and there again. But I feel like the Browns team is actually working with him because I see a little bit of an incremental change on him. And then when it comes to the wings, man, Mikhail and OG is like pretty much they're the ones that like got the second quarter cooking. Hart, if we could get this Hart, man, what's happening here is that teams have to respect that shot. So they're closing out on him, right? They're closing out on him at the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you're noticing, a few teams aren't putting any more of the big centers on him because what they were doing was putting the center on Hart and then putting the wing, like smaller wings on Cat. By him shooting this well, it's forcing opposing teams to put like forwards on him, which works out well for us. And then the other thing is, man, the last thing is Clarkson, just don't shoot any threes, man. Just get to the lane. Just get to the lane, keep creating. That's what I want to see. Good overall team win. I want the get back. You got to watch out for Suggs, though, because that dude knows 535K.
Hey, watch out for Suggs. Watch out for Bane. Hey, this is a good rivalry brewing up, man. I like where this is headed. I like the fact that this is game 4 between these two teams. We practically have a playoff series already on our hands between the Knicks and the Magic, and we're only a quarter of the way through the NBA season. I think that's good stuff, man. For me, as a basketball fan, as a Knicks fan, you know, you have the people who, the regular season, this, that, and the third, doesn't matter. I like this mini storyline within the season storyline. You understand what I mean?
I love it, man. Let me just I agree. The only thing is I want to be careful for it because those guys will go out and try to take our ankles out from under us. That's the only thing I don't like playing against the Magic. But we'll get through them, and then I want to see how we match up against OKC. Take it easy, fellas. I'm going.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. I mean, look, man, you got to play the game. People said the same thing about Miami. They're dirty and things of that nature. Hey, the team is who they are. These guys are professionals. Knicks can get it gritty. They showed it on Sunday. And now neutral site, neutral field. Knicks versus Orlando in Vegas. Within a week. Within a week, casino. I love it.
I'm enjoying it too, CP. I mean, look, the league is better when you have authentic rivalries, and there's a brewing natural hatred between these two teams right now. Now, you know what make it even better? Not only do they play each other now, but they see each other in the postseason as well. So it just adds to that lore of like, yo, the Knicks and the Magic just starting to hate each other. I love it. I'm all for it, man. We need more. Like I said before, man, we do not need more of this buddy stuff. Oh, let's swap jerseys. This, that.
Yeah.
Get back to the days of like the 90s where I don't like you, you don't like me. We get that. Let's go out there and go compete. That's what I want to see. But hey, to Knicks Fix's point, man, just these guys are playing questionable, man. Watch out for Desmond Bane.
It's a little dicey, and Bane looks like he's a little out of control. He's a little out of control. But
he's an instigator.
He is an instigator, but the best way to silence these guys is to win, and not only win, to humble them and let them know that they're not yet ready. But this is a good rivalry. I like the physicality between these two teams. Sunday, I thought the defense was really tight in that game. You really had to fight for your shots. I believe it'll be the same thing on Saturday as well. You're seeing casualties in the war. Franz goes down. Now the Knicks lose Deuce. So they go 1 for 1, body for body here. And it's just going to be a very interesting matchup. And Magic, give credit to the Magic. They were down about, I believe, 13-0 to the Miami Heat at home in their opening match, and they came back, and Bane was a big part of that. He had a monster second half, and ultimately put the Heat in the rearview mirror.
Well, look, CP, it's all we talked about earlier. It's these guys. You said it, Josh Hart. These guys are natural competitors. These guys want to win, go out there and compete. On top of that, that the Magic are looking to play upset too. They're seeing on the other side of the bracket, there's the New York Knicks. We just saw them last week. We are up 2-1 on the season on them. They got us this past weekend. They want to come back and show what they're capable of, even if they're missing Franz. And look, there's a whole storyline that's going with this upcoming matchup. And I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. And if you're the Knicks, you got to be careful because this team is going to be playing with an edge. You just beat them, all right?
Yeah.
Now they're going to come back and say, we're going to show you who we are. And so they just got to be ready for whatever the Magic are willing to throw. And these guys just got to be ready to get 10 times greater than they were on Sunday.
The adjustments game will be fascinating. As I said, this is going to be game 4, and now you're on a neutral site. But Knicks Fix spoke about something on Jalen Brunson. How about, did anybody catch this from Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson? So it's 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter, and Captain Clutch, he's in the middle of cooking. Sidelines out of bounds play, and you see him chirping with a fan. Must be with a Raptor fan. And I think the play before, he must have drawn a foul. So I'm sure this is probably talking about him, being the foul merchant and all of that. And these guys are crying like all these guys around the NBA do. They cry about Jalen Brunson's excellence. So Cap's chirping at the crowd chirping back at Cap. And Cap ends the exchange by saying, "How about you watch the game?" Then proceeds to do this, Alex.
On the road, the good thing for the Raptors is this 25-point quarter is one of the better first quarters they played in a while. So as much as Jalen is going nuts right now, Toronto's been able to maintain some of their offensive potency.
The Knicks have the second best point differential in first quarters this season because of that man.
Then proceeds to fire away another 3. Hey, that's Captain Clutch, ladies and gentlemen. You made him angry. You don't want to see him angry. You got him angry, man.
Yo, what is it? It's like watching the Last Dance documentary, and you see when you see Jordan just like trash talking everybody.
Yeah.
A guy that can trash talk and go out there and still perform. There's another level, man. That is another level of cold, and I love that. It just adds more to like why you got to appreciate who Jalen Brunson is, man. Because the fact that he can go, talk to the fans, go out there and still perform while keeping, the task, at hand and in your sights, like that's beautiful. Beautiful work, man.
He took
Chef's
it personally,
kiss.
man. He took it personally. They insulted Cap, and he came out and bombed another 3. This was in the middle of him heating up. They had the sidelines out of bounds. You would think he would slow down a little bit. Inbounds the ball, gets it back, and fires some more bombs. Captain Clutch special tonight. That is when I was like, all right, you know what, Cap? Forget passing the ball. It's your night tonight. It's your show, Cap. You just go do what you got to do because I know you're gonna take us home, man. 35 points for Captain Clutch in his bag completely. Phenomenal performance, man.
You would think that after watching him perform for so many years now at this point, like, people should know, hey, don't poke the bear because Jalen Brunson is, more than happy to take that trash talk, channel it, and then just go out there and execute, man. It's like every single time you see this, anybody talking to me is like, all right, you want to see what I'm about? All right, man, let me show you what I'm about.
That right there was cold-blooded, man, but shout out to Captain Clutch for once again letting the people know what time it is. Let's go to the Discord. LP, go ahead and unmute your mic. And go to key stats after this. LP.
Yo, CP, Alex, can y'all hear me?
Yes, good to hear from you, man.
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, CP, I heard you the other night, man. I think another cat named Too Cold from Houston. You were like, is like LP, and I was like, man, am I on the air? And it was the other cat from
LP.
Texas, even though Brooklyn is my home, but
Yeah.
I live in Austin. But I was like, yo, but that dude did kind of sound like me, though. It was funny. I was listening to it, and I was like,
Yeah.
and then he was asking you the same thing. Hey, when you gonna come to Houston or to do the do a meetup or something like that? And you answered the same thing like you told me. But yeah, it was funny, man. I heard that the other night. But yo, man, good game. I'm glad we won. We going to Vegas. They did what they were supposed to do, and like y'all was saying, I think the new rivalry, Knicks and Orlando, kind of like it was in the '90s when Shaq and Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson and all that. So it's kind of starting to be kind of something like that, which is good for the league, and it's good for it's just good for us. So I'm just glad we won. That's all. That's yo, CP and Alex, thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Good to hear from you, LP, on the Discord.
Yes,
Yeah, him and Too Cold T Cold, they sounded like they're both very enthusiastic Knicks fans from Texas, and I think they're both in Austin. So that's why I got the two guys confused, but they both have the same exuberance, if you will. But good call.
Exuberance for wanting to have a meetup in Houston?
No, well, one of the guys was trying to get me to San Antonio. I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. But maybe in the preseason. Well, I mean, I ain't going to the Alamo for New Year's. Sorry,
You don't want to go see the Knicks play Wemby?
Nah, I don't want to. Well, is he even playing? Is Wemby going to be able to play the Knicks? It's the other way around. Is Wemby going to be available to play the Knicks when they come to town? When they come on tour? Is he going to be ready to play them? Mitch is going to be ready. Big Country's going to be ready to go to San Antonio and shut Wemby down. He might drive the truck from New York.
Ooh.
Big
Maybe
Country's
if he's
going to be ready.
in Tennessee.
Big Country's going to be ready, man. You could be sure. Shout out to
those camo Crocs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to William Burton, man. Big time supporter of the show. William, appreciate you. $20 super chat franchise channel member. Says CP, you or Alex have to become Mitch's free throw coach. Hey, it's not me or Alex. It's the same guy that got Josh Hart shooting like Mark Price right now. He's shooting like Del Curry right now. Who's the guy? Peter Patton. It's Peter Patton.
Oh, man.
No. I'm saying it needs to be him. I don't know if he's working with everybody. But I'm saying it got to be him.
I was about to say, CP, that is quite the drastic difference if it's the same guy coach.
Yeah.
But, yeah, go get Peter. Yo, Josh, why are you throwing Mitchie Peter's number? What's going on here?
Josh got to help Mitchie out, man. Josh is being selfish there.
Spread the wealth, my man. We need free throw shooting.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is interesting is what's up with Clarkson and the missed free throws.
Boy.
That's kind of interesting as well. Like, does he need to go see Peter Patton?
He's going through something right now, man. Look, this is the thing with bench players, man. This is why they're bench players. They're gonna have their highs. They're gonna have their lows. That's just what they are, man. It's finally you can utilize the nickname Cardiac Clarkson. There you go.
Boy, oh boy. That first quarter, or whatever you got in the first half, I said I was watching it on TV. I said, everybody knows This is the Cardiac Experience, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cardiac Show. But no, like I said, give him credit because as the game wore on, he kept attacking the basket, which was good. He got to the free throw line. He's got to work on converting. But as one of the previous callers said, stay off of the three-point line a little bit and just try to get your rhythm by attacking. And I thought he did a good job of that. And then in the end, he got a nice hustle offensive rebound that led to a three-pointer to help seal the deal. So that was a winning play from Clarkson. And if Deuce is going to be out, if this is confirmed to be a high ankle sprain, this is what Bondi heard. This is through Bondi's speculation or source or whatever it is. But if that is true, it's going to be quite some time where both Clarkson and Kolek, they're going to have to give them some big minutes, not just offensively, but defensively. I mean, go to Saturday. He's going to take on, he might have to check Anthony Black or Suggs or Bane or one of those guys in a big spot.
Yeah. And the difficulty, CP, is that when you're missing guys like Deuce and Shamet, extra three-point shooters off the bench, it makes it, now you get to congest the paint even more, right? It's that same situation because, look, I know Mike Brown's probably thinking like, hey, I don't want to tax my guys too much throughout the season. Like I'm trying to like manage their minutes too because there's a bigger prize at the end of this. But, you know, when you don't have enough shooting coming off the bench to go surround guys like Clarkson who you're expecting to, you know, take on that Jalen Brunson role, be able to get into the paint, create for some guys, like it's just going to be a little bit more difficult if you got to go rely on Kolek, Yabu to knock down threes. So it's, you know, it's an all hands on deck type of situation. But I will say this. I do like what Kolek has been showing the last couple of games. And I thought tonight he actually did have a good outing. Okay. He constantly loves going left and finishing, like just driving left and getting that layup. He's been doing that pretty consistently as of late. So I'm appreciative of that. And then the hustle on defense, man, like he's battling. He's getting pushed, knocked around out there, but he continues to fight through. And I thought the best play that he had tonight, let me just pull it up. I know it was a steal. It was a steal and a save. There was a steal and a save that almost went out of bounds. He gets it back inbounds, and it leads to a Mikal Bridges 3.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, man. I got to give credit for Kolek for trying, man, and working through stuff. So I like that he's getting the reps. It seems like he's getting a little bit more comfortable. And now with these opportunities to play even more minutes and to be an integral part of what the Knicks are trying to do here, hopefully he just continues to grow, man, and provide and show that he could be another, floor general coming off the bench.
You could see the work with him. You could see it. You could see it. And again, like if you didn't watch the game, you look at the stat sheet, you're not even thinking anything of it. But if you watch his 8 minutes tonight, I liked his activity. And as you said, the steal was good. I thought he tried to run a good floor game and get the guys involved, move the ball. That's what he has to do. But defensively, like you said, you definitely want to see him be aggressive as he's been. And he knows that's what's going to keep him out there on the floor. But again, with no Deuce, it's going to be vital. Those two guys are going to be vital. Now, no Deuce and no Shamet. We'll see how long that's going to be because these high ankle sprains can take a while. So once it's confirmed, we'll get Dr. Bitterman on here and we'll break down the prognosis and how long Deuce McBride is going to be unavailable. Okay, let's get to the key stats of the night. 117-101. The Knicks get the job done. We head into Vegas. Let's tell the people how they got there, Al, by looking at the numbers. The key stats of the night brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Knicks, good shooting night from the field, man. 53% shooting from the field. We talked about the guys that really spearheaded this, 40 to 43% from the Raptors. Knicks shooting 46% from downtown to only 29% for the Raptors. And then this was not one to be won from the charity stripe for either team, even though the Knicks got to the charity stripe 28 times. They shot 61% from the field. Can't even blame it all on Mitchie because Clarkson missed some, Cap missed some. But then the Raptors shoot 12 of 18 from the field for 67%. The Knicks 48 to 37. They win the rebounding battle. And assists-wise, only 19 assists on 42 made field goals for the Knicks to 28 for the Raptors. Total turnovers, both teams turning it over and conceding the same amount of points, according to ESPN stat sheet. 14 turnovers, leading to 23 points respectively for both teams. I never seen that. I haven't seen that in quite some time. And the fast break battle, Raptors winning 19-16. Largest lead of the night out, 24 for the Knicks to 6 for the Raptors.
There you go. There you have it. I think the biggest thing tonight is one, battling on the boards, 48-37. Love to see that. Not going to go into too much detail. You already know my thoughts and opinions on this. You got to be able to control the glass, especially when you get to the postseason. But my thing, really, man, you got to get better with the free throw shooting, man. You cannot be doing this. I mean, I get it. Look, Raptors team missing their guys. Like, they don't have enough talent out there to keep up with a team like the Knicks. But this is just unacceptable, man. 61% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
These are free points. You can't be missing stuff like that. Otherwise, everything else is great, but, man, free throw line is just god-awful.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the rebounds, winning the rebounding battle tonight. I thought that was pretty big for the Knicks in terms of just slowing down the Raptors and getting their own second chance opportunities. The big bodega, Karl-Anthony Towns, leading the way there with 16 of his own. Yeah, we talked about Mitchell Robinson. Mitch had 4 of his 5 rebounds were on the offensive side. Clarkson with 2 offensive rebounds as well. You know, then the rest of the guys following suit, OG 6, Hart 6, Brunson 3, McCall 5. So I just thought the squad overall rebounded the ball very well tonight, and I'm going to go with that one as my key stat of the night. But I'm with you as well, man. The free throws have got to be cleaned up because, look, you got fortunate that you played a severely shorthanded team that's a work in progress, but on other nights, it's not going to be so easy. So definitely want to see them knocking down those free throws. You know, Mitch is one thing, but especially the guards, like they've got to be able to knock that down. You know, Cap 3 for 5. You had Clarkson 2 for 4. And then Karl-Anthony Towns missed 1. And then Mitchie 2 for 8.
God, man.
I take that back. It was all Mitchie tonight.
It was. I was about to say. I was waiting. I was like, wait until he looks at the numbers.
It was all
Mitchie.
Mitchie tonight, man.
Good Lord, man. Mitch.
Cost of doing business, I guess. Cost of doing business. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. The key stats of the night, Al, brought to you guys by our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook, man. We're only a few weeks in, and the NBA season is already wild. Stars are going off like Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson. You got the rookies making noise, and the action doesn't stop because we are headed to Las Vegas. But DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is where you can get in on all of it. Hey, for you Missouri listeners out there, if you guys are from Missouri, DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State, so get in on the action. But for you new customers, bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. And that's by downloading the DraftKings Sportsbook app and using code KFTV. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, the pass-through per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. So Raptors fans, if you're listening right now, you can't get on DraftKings. You got to come over the border. Restrictions apply. Your bet must win to receive your bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required and additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Once again, this is a limited time offer. Okay, 117 to 101. Let's get back to the phones. Let's go to India. Ashwin, go ahead and unmute your mic. Ashwin. Oh, Ashwin, you kind of cracking up. Go ahead one more time, please. It's kind of scratchy. Let's try it one more time, and then if not, then just drop out.
What about now?
Yes, much better, sir. You have the mic.
Okay, so it feels really good to be able to love Josh Hart again. Oh, it's such a nice feeling right now because Sippy, I don't know if you remember when Quickly was playing with us and he was playing extremely bad, and I used to get on his case. I don't know if you remember that. It's been such a long time, and well, he started playing really better after that. And then obviously I kept on getting jaws, and now he's playing better. So I don't know. I might take some credit or not. I'm just saying. But forget that. Jaws, he has been hitting. I don't know what happened. It's really good. He still gives up some boneheaded threes here and there, but it's much less than before. And obviously, he's being aggressive and driving. That's really good. Uh, and that just leaves us with Cat. Shout out to CK and the play by play. We were having a really great time there. Everybody should tune into that. That
Yeah,
difference
CK was killing, man. I was
that
tapped in.
happens when
I was
Cat
definitely tapped in.
difference that happens when Cat just raises his hand on defense to not raising his hand on defense. The difference is stark. Like it's heaven and hell difference. So I really hope they fix that because it's incredible how much difference there is just with him raising his hand on defense, just raising his hand. So I hope he fixes that. Right now, personally, I'm just hoping to see OKC to play for Knicks to play against OKC because currently after at this position, every other teams feel mid to me. So I'm just hoping we can play OKC in a high stake game in final and other the regular season games also. And tuned in. I also tuned into your the weekly report call, and you were right. Knicks are a little bit worse in clutch this season
Yeah.
because I think we are going too much away from our identity. Like because the last 5 minutes should the ball should be in Brunson's hand. I know we have to play the passing game and we have to be connected and all that. We had to play team game, but we are going too much away from our strength. The strength that took us to instant conference final. The strength that took us with a whole injured team took us to Pacers like 6 or 7 games. I forget. Jalen Brunson, the only guy who
6.
is the superpower in our class. We are moving too much away from that, and I don't think we should do that. I hope we maintain some of our identity that has made us so much, that has brought us so much success last 3 years. Okay, so that's all. Thank you, CB, for taking my calls, and
Absolutely, man.
have a nice day, guys.
Yes, sir. Call back anytime, man. Rate that call in the chat. Our guy Ashwin back in the building representing India. Shout out to Ashwin, man, for calling in. And he's right, man. You know, Towns' defense did improve over the course of the game, Al. And remember after the Celtics game, how we talked about the fact that, you know, they play on national TV, and it seems like every time he has a meltdown on national TV or just a setback, if you will, a mistake, his peers, the vets, the OGs call him out. Well, on the Amazon halftime show, Udonis Haslam, it's called out Karl-Anthony Towns because when he picked up his second foul, he got that little hook. That was the offensive foul. You know, Udonis Haslam called him out for it. But good job by Towns in the second half. I thought he got it gritty. And I think really starting that second quarter, man, when he had that dunk on Jakob Poeltl, that was a grown man dunk. That was a grown man dunk. And overall, I thought he was another guy who, you know, really got most of his productivity from inside. You look at his shot selection, he only took 2 threes tonight.
Yeah. He only took 2 threes, but yeah, he did get a lot of the production. Like the 4 of 11 shots tonight were inside the paint. He battled, man, especially with the 16 boards. I mean, he got 2 blocks, 1 steal tonight. I thought he did a phenomenal job defensively. You know, as you mentioned, not great getting 2 early fouls because
fakes, drives, goes
the whole
inside,
thing, man, is that.
You can look at that. Your previous.
Oh, sorry. Right, yeah. I was playing the hand. I was playing the dunk. Go ahead.
I was like, wait a minute. Is my web just going on right now? I usually have this thing muted. But no, what I'm saying is that, look, we get it. The 2 fouls, it's not great, man. And the whole point why everybody harps on it is because you just throw off the lineup because the coach has like a game plan in their mind. It's like, all right, we're gonna sub these guys out, keep these guys in, and there's a plan. Once you get 2 early fouls or even get to 3, it's like, all right, man, now we got to scrap everything and we got to work on the fly. And that's the issue when you do that, man. And so that's why he should never take things personal like he did in Boston. That's why you got to be careful when you're fouling, as we saw tonight and in every other game. But I thought he really turned it around tonight. I wanted to bring it up sooner in the show. I thought he did a really good job tonight, especially defensively and especially on the boards, just competing with Jakob Poeltl and just protecting the paint right there with OG. Solid job by Karl-Anthony Towns tonight.
Absolutely. Good job by the big bodega bouncing back. Shout out to Cliff Clerval. Al, he says we got to win the cup since the New York Rangers aren't. What's up with the Rangers, man? What are the Blue Shirts doing these days? Kind of feel like they're kind of fading into oblivion. What's going on with the Rangers?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Black Westchester. Al $5 Super Chat says, Toronto fans need to learn to leave Brunson alone. He fed off that trash talk tonight. Yeah, he sure did.
Yes, sir.
He sure did. Who else we got? Bomani UFG says someone needs to tell the Raptors commentators to never, ever refer to Ingram as a notorious BI3 again. Is that what they say?
Oh, did you hear what?
What?
Well, did you hear what they called Jalen Brunson on the Amazon broadcast?
No, what?
With about, what was it? I think it was with about 2 some odd minutes left to go in the first quarter. They said Captain Clutch.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, you know, I didn't get a chance to dub that, you know, officially with the paperwork. I didn't get the paperwork in, but, you know, it's made its rounds. It's been making its rounds for a couple of years now. I expect it, Al. I expect it. So, it just comes with the territory, man. With the nickname commissioner, I give the name, and you know the rest is history. You guys run with it.
You're so generous, man.
Yeah.
You're so generous.
Yeah.
You're like what was it? Volvo, man, where they're like, you know, we're gonna create the 3-point belt. You know, we're not gonna patent it, so you all can have the benefits of that as well. And, you know, we'll just be known as the most safest car still without doing really anything for the last, 50 some odd years.
Shout out to the Glockster. The Glocksters in the chat. Glockster, are you at work? It is very cold out here in New York, Al and the Glockster, man. I hope you're rocking the ski mask tonight. You might need a shiesty tonight. It's cold. Is it cold up where you at, Al? It's cold in New York City, man.
It is brick. The wind is brutal.
Yeah. The Hawk is out tonight. It's nippy out here, man.
It is cold. Well, you should be excited for Vegas, man. If you go out there, right now for Saturday, hey, it's going to be 67 degrees during the day.
Okay.
And a nice 45-degree temperature at night.
Oh boy. Only in the desert.
Only in the desert.
Sounds like a terrible time.
You'll be out, in jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
One day, then you got to go back and go get your coat.
Yeah. It's it's that wintertime Vegas type of thing. It's a weird time to be out there. I've never been out there in a December time. I think the earliest non-summertime I've been out there was like February, and it wasn't too bad. I think I was out there February randomly one time. But yeah, the December time in Vegas, it's a little awkward, weather-wise. This is because it's the desert, So
it's 54 degrees right now, according to according to Google right now in Vegas.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right. If you guys are going out for the NBA Cup to Vegas, let us know and look out for an announcement from KFTV once we decide what we are planning. Still TBD, man. Got to look into everything and see if we can make it out there. Hey, we want the cup, man. We want the cup.
I want the trophy, CP.
Yeah. I'd like to get Cherry Jemison and those guys. Get them a check. Get them a bag, Al. They're working. They're back and forth in Westchester. Get them a bag. That's what Cap said. It's bigger than us. Cap's trying to win it for Trey Jemison and those guys.
You know who I was shocked to see on the court tonight?
Who?
Kevin McCullough. I was like, whoa, where have you been?
Yeah, Kev got in some garbage time. Good for Kev, man. So he's working.
Got his 100% shooting, 1 for 1. So there you go.
Yeah. Shout out to Kev. Working out there in Westchester. I got to pull up to a Westchester game. I want to check it out and see what's going on.
You ever been?
No, I haven't. My guy, 5-star Nick, Mellow Mike, he's in there heavy.
They're fun, man.
Yeah.
They're absolutely fun. If you want to spend a little, like, what was it? I think when I went, it was $50. You get to, it was around Christmas time. They have a carving station. You can go get like actual like good food. They have like a carving station, like ham, turkey, stuff like that. They get pasta and all this stuff. Like you just go up to the stage. That's where I graduated from. It's in the place I graduated from. Some
Interesting.
CP.
Interesting. All right. Get some mystery meat while you I don't know where this is going. We're in KFTV After Dark now. It's 1 a.m. I'm getting a little tired. But anyway, shout out to another one of our sponsors of the night at Z-Biotics, man. For you guys going out to Vegas, before you get into the party mode, make sure you come prepared. You know, some of you are not young whippersnappers that can bounce back like a rubber band. Some of you got to prepare before you indulge in the spirits, if you will. But that's where Z-Biotics comes through, because it's a pre-alcohol probiotic drink. The world's first genetically engineered probiotic built by PhD scientists to help you feel your best the day after drinks. So here's how it works. When you drink, your body creates an unwanted byproduct in the gut. Z-Biotics is designed to break that down so you wake up feeling normal and ready to roll. Just make Z-Biotics your first drink of the night. Pace yourself, hydrate, and thank me in the morning, man. I tried it over last weekend. We had the Knicks Chick's birthday party. I had to get up early for Knicks versus Magic matinee, and I was good to go. Had it in, got my scotch in, and was good to go the next day, man. Bounced up and was ready to go for the matinee tip-off. So this holiday season, make the most out of every toast. Just don't forget your Z-Biotics. And when you're going to Vegas, don't forget your Z-Biotics either, man. So go to zbiotics.com/KFTV and use code KFTV for 15% off your first order. That's zbiotics.com/KFTV. Trust me, it's your first drink for a better tomorrow. Okay, Al.
Well, you're getting spammed with some red flags, CP.
Oh, man.
Saying mystery something is a little wild to people in the chat. And you just went to church on Sunday.
I was just tapped in with the Lord, man. All right, so we're even, man. It all balances out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. It is what it is at this point.
It is what it is. You had a blunder the other day. And it's late, man. Sometimes it's slow for me. My brain slows down the processing at nighttime. I'm trying to power down the machine, you know? But good people in the chat, hey, listen, I try to be on point. Sometimes I get caught lacking. Sometimes I get caught. But I appreciate you guys for holding me accountable.
Well, here you go, CP. Shout out to Angel Vallejo with the $10 super chat. He said, Mystery Eats is wild. Hey, yo.
Shout out to Angel. I appreciate the chat for holding me accountable so that I can improve. Oh, man. Good stuff. So what do we got now? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, rather. We'll do Game of the Week preview for sure. Mm-hmm. Get ready, and I'm ready, man. We ready for Vegas. So tap in. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. All the super chats. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the Discord. Shout out to the replay gang. Also remember that these shows are available in audio podcast format. All right? So we out of here, man. Peace.